There are 3 levels, 3 types of sadhakas, 3 types of meditators. The first level is the Pashu sadhaka. The Pashu sadhaka, this stage of meditation involves doing meditation to acquire something for yourself. Perhaps you want to be able to concentrate better. You think it will improve your health, your mental health. There are so many benefits to meditation. You want to acquire those benefits. This is the first stage of meditation, and many people come to the meditative practice in order to gain this knowledge or ability to do something that they desire, to improve their concentration, to improve their health, to improve their well-being. So naturally, a person begins meditation many times, though not always, but many times, with this intention of self-improvement, wanting to acquire something. But then, after some time, as a person continues down the spiritual path with meditative practice, they come to the second stage of development. And at that second stage of development is the Vira sadhaka, meaning the brave person, Vira, brave. And the reason that it is called Vira is this stage of spiritual practice requires courage. There are many people who, having attained some small positive impact of meditation, find that when they reach this stage, they run away. But for those who don't, who continue the self-inquiry process, who continue to go deep beyond thoughts, then this stage becomes an opportunity to look at yourself. Because at the Vira stage, all of the suppressed emotions, thoughts, feelings, and reactions to past experience begin to rise to the surface. And one begins to face the inner demons. At this stage, many of the difficulties that a person has had will come up in their life, not just in their meditation, but in their life. Meditation starts to have an impact on life, begins to bring things to the surface. And both good and bad, both enjoyable and unenjoyable experiences may rise to the surface as one begins to unwind the karmic patterns, the sanskaras, the reactions to past experiences in the mind. And as this happens, the conscious mind begins to meld into the subconscious mind and connect with the unconscious mind, so that there is a connecting of the layers of the mind. You are no longer, your consciousness is no longer drifting on the surface of your being, but has gotten into the raw material of your psyche and is working with all of the illusions and mental tendencies and difficulties that you have beneath the surface. So at this stage, it may look like a person meditating is not making progress, but in fact they may be making great progress, because those difficulties are coming up in their life to be enacted, to be experienced, to be witnessed, to be resolved. So this is often a somewhat extended stage of spiritual practice, when the conscious mind is exploring and revealing the unconscious tendencies, the conditioned mind, and clearing the path so that the conscious mind may move through the subconscious mind into the collective unconscious mind, into the superconscious mind. So when the next stage of sadhana, the next stage of spiritual practice comes, then there is a transition from this inner churning of the mind to the divya stage. And the attitude of the spiritual practitioner changes, of the sadhaka changes. In the divya stage, the awareness moves through the subconscious into the collective unconscious, into the superconscious mind. And there is an expansion of being. The intention of meditation in this process changes from the intent to acquire something for oneself to the intent to honestly face the inner demons and barriers. And then the intent not to acquire, but to give, to surrender, to let go. There is no longer the desire to acquire anything from meditation. The benefits are known, but that is not the purpose. The purpose becomes to let go into the infinite, to surrender, to remove the barriers of I and thou, and let the consciousness become one. This is not a process of acquisition. This consciousness cannot be acquired. It only can be known through letting go, through surrender, through dissolving expectations and striving, and allowing oneself to sink into the vastness of being, into the love which is unconditional. And when this stage of spiritual practice comes into a person's life, the divya sadhaka is living by divine grace, living in surrender, living in harmony, not with personal will, but with cosmic will, with the will of the universe and all things that are. Living in this harmony, one follows Dharma. Living in this harmony, the Tao is always followed. Living in this harmony, one moves with the waves of existence. One is aligned with life, with nature, with self, with being. Living in this harmony, the divya sadhaka lets go of personal acquisitions, personal achievements, and even personal blockages and struggles, and simply allows love to be, allows being to be, allows the divine to exist, and lives following that inner call, that inner harmony, that inner guidance and resonance into the depths of being, where the feeling of separation dissolves into the wholeness of life. And in that oneness, this sadhaka finds the support, the base of their life, touches the truth which overshadows everything else. Then meditation is not simply a practice for good health, well-being. It is a lifeline to love divine. It is a connection to the surrendering and the wholeness, the harmony of the inner resonance. And when a person reaches this stage, their life becomes governed by this inner resonance, this inner guidance, this deep love. It becomes the pole star of their life. Everything else fades. All the desires, the accomplishments, the achievements are nothing compared to the great love, the great peace, the great source of being. And in that dance of love, all difficulties become resolved. One finds peace in one's inner being, love, connectedness with all that is. This is the true path. But each person may come to this in a different way. Different types of meditation, different belief systems, different paths exist. But in all paths, these three stages will be there. In all paths, there is a deepening, deepening, deepening for those who choose to continue to walk the inner road towards the one. So do not be frightened of that road. Do not be discouraged in your path. Allow yourself to continue to deepen until the peace and harmony of that great love guides your life.